Okay, more BFF Sway House cleanup. My thing with what's-his-face, Bryce Hall continues. And I'm a little bit now lost on where we're at.
The last video was... I mean, you texted me a screenshot of the DM, and we were both confused because we were like, what's going on?
So I haven't even put this out yet. Like, so on the show, and this is where he takes things like they won't stop talking about me. And just to set the record straight, I did stop talking about it because you asked me to, but I'm like, if he talks about me,
you to.
Right? You know, like if
you're gonna have to respond.
Correct.
Right.
So he keeps bringing it up, but and I did say, it's like, yeah, I'd love to bury the hatchet. I said that in the show. It wasn't like a huge thing, but he listened to it and he sent me this DM. Put this up. I didn't even send this out. I don't think anybody's seen this yet, but he DM'd me being like, I love your podcast, love to come on. And I'm like, yeah. Let's do it. And then he's like, just kidding, gotcha. So put this up. Do we have
it? I will admit, he did kind of get me, though. I thought he might have been saying, I want to come on the pod. And then the JK gotcha bitch, I was like, oh, I guess he doesn't.
Yeah.
I thought he wanted to bury the hatchet.
Here it is. Here's what he said. Yo, I'm loving the podcast. It's honestly changing the game, start new waves. It'll be views if I hop on it ASAP. Yeah, it would. I'm like, all right, I'm all in on you coming on. This was at 2:40 a.m. He wrote it. I responded normally. And then the next day, he's just like, just kidding. Gotcha, bitch. What's the Sid the Sloth? And I'm like,
JK,
boom.
Gotcha, bitch. That is funny. That is a funny picture.
Boom, roasted. Like, what else can I say? Like, oh, you got me, I guess. I don't. And then he's making this video, which I haven't even watched because I'm just very busy. It's like I got a million things going on, and I didn't have time to really watch it. I guess he did like a pizza review.
Yeah.
Oh, I was shown the pizza review yesterday. At first, when I saw it, I thought it was just the like TikTok that he posted where he was saying, you know, like, all right, Dave, let's mend the beef or whatever. You know how we went on like a speech thing and he was like walking across the house. He started with a pool shot.
Yeah.
It was all that. I saw that video. And that's why I thought he was just like, oh, I'm going to DM Dave. I'll have a bit in my vlog. This will be cool. I didn't really, I don't know how it ends. Like,
Me neither.
Does he want to, does he want to make the beef not happen or do happen?
I don't know where he's at. I think he
wants it now.
I think he's using it for clicks is what I think.
So then maybe he's on the side now where he's like, I'm cool to joke about it. Like this is all jokes.
Right, that's the vibe. I don't know. Well, let's watch it. I haven't seen it.
Yeah, I guess we got to watch it. Let's see what happens.
All right, J-Rod, one bite pizza review. You know the rules. We're trying LaMonica's New York pizza off of Gailey Avenue.
Dude, you're that guy. You're that 40-year-old that still wears skinny jeans with the blog that used to be kind of good, but then you sold out. God,
that was crazy.
Yo, I'm from Boston too. Tom Brady. Tom Brady going for his freaking movie. Put that in your movie.
I'm trying to do a pizza.
Yo, let me get a slice of this.
No,
Woo! 7 rings, Tom Brady. Cheers. You do that thing where you put the people's faces over the cartoon gifs and you act like it's funny. Oh my God.
That's not me.
Dude, you end people. That's crazy. You this podcast? Dude, with the kid that's 25 years younger. I love that shit. I give this pizza 9.9. Put this in your movie.
You guys are thinking of Dave Portnoy. That's not me.
Oh, you're Bryce Hall? You're a fucking tool, bro. Fuck you. Thanks for the pizza, though, dude.
One bite pizza review. It's got that Hollywood flop, kind of like a 45-year-old's cock. Let's try it, J-Rod. Pretty good. A little grease. Kind of greasy. Yeah, is there grease on my face?
A lot of grease.
Let me put it in my hair. Should I put it in my hair because that looks good? Pretty fucking good. J-Rod, try this shit.
It's a solid 6.6.
I'd say around the same. All right, guys. I'll probably see you tomorrow at another pizza review shop because that's the only content I do.
Sorry I called you a douchebag earlier, but go Bryce Hall. Addison Rae, baby, right? Hey!
Wait, we forgot to tell him that was a joke.
That was a joke?
Yes, that was a joke. Dave can take a joke.
Yo, Davey, you remember this spot?
You posted a video on Barstool Sports, your main account, posted us all curling, all shirtless and shit. Listen, Dave, I don't have a problem with you. You even said you wanted to mend our relationship in 2021.
I wouldn't mind mending with Bryce Hall because it's fucking up this show a little bit.
Even if it is just for views.
Get him in, that would be huge numbers.
Dave has mentioned me countless times from comparing me to Sid the Sloth.
Like Sid from Ice Age.
And being as soft as tissue paper.
I won't go after tissue paper.
As you can tell, he's a huge fan. Look how many times he's mentioned me in his story without a single response. That's a lot. So Dave, this is my message to you. If you want me to be on the podcast so bad like we talked about last night, maybe stop talking shit about people half your age. All right, Dave, best of luck to you. Let's get that relationship back on track. 2021, baby. Peace out.
I still can't tell.
I can't tell either. What does he want? Does he want
I think
to
it's
fight?
I think it's a joke, diss, but it's also like now I think I've got the last say. I think it's like a little combo. I think it's a combo move. I think it's like, the one is like all right, I'm good to start joking, and then the two is like, but I still, I'm a little bit beefing.
My instinct is, and it's everything we've done, is he is taking it still personally. Like, I think he takes it personal. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. But even this thing, like, we got to remember how it started, how this all started. Like, Alex called him Sid the Sloth, not me. And then he got bent out of shape about it and started tweeting about me out of the clouds. That's how it started. Like, I didn't even know we had a beef.
No, yeah. It definitely did start with him, like, tweeting at I don't know if he was, like, if he was directing tweets at Alex first or you. I don't really remember on that side, but he definitely, like, right off the bat started tweeting about that show. I just think, like, I don't know. It's weird. Like, because he also says that at the end of it.
Where are you at with him? Where are you at with him? Are you still, like, very friendly with him?
Yeah, I mean, we still, like, talk or we'll text and DM, like, whatever. We just, like, we don't really talk about the podcast. Like, it's just, like, a topic that doesn't get talked about.
See, that makes me think it's real.
Me too. Because he doesn't want to talk about it because he'll get, like, uncomfortable or something.
Yeah. By the way,
we talked about it one time at, like a little get-together for Blake's thing, and he was like, yeah, I'm actually not as mad at Dave anymore. Like, he was like, whatever. Like, I kind of, like, moved on from it. It wasn't a big deal. He was like, he was talking about how he was down to come on. I told you about that. Like, we talked about it, he said he was down to come on. But then I think the next week, I don't know if it was the next week after we talked about the commercial thing or something. We also talked about, like, your reaction to the commercial on a call and how we thought it was funny. So I don't know. I think it's got to be jokes now. That's my say, I would say.
It's tough to tell. I think he's still kind of mad. I mean,
it was a well-made video.
Well, he
the guy
says,
put, like, work into the video for sure. Like, that little edit in YouTube and everything. Like, he even thought of DMing you just so he could put that in his YouTube video. Like, it was definitely thought out.
There was the other video, too, where he said, Noah Beck asked him if Dave Portnoy split up the Sway House, and he said yes.
Yeah, but that's definitely just a views thing, right? Like, that's like, oh, let me put a little drama in my video. Like, I know we'll go on TikTok Room. It's gonna, like, everyone does that.
Totally.
Yeah.
I think there's a part of it views, but he's also a little bit like, still doesn't fucking totally like me. I will say, not to, like, I only do one piece of content. I'm literally, like, doing 9,000 things at once. And he's like a TikTok guy. As far as I know, that's all he does. But it is crazy.
YouTuber. He does YouTube.
Well, that was a YouTube, I guess.
Yeah, it's YouTube. I mean, it's like, you do more than just pizza review, right? Like, you're doing this podcast right now, so that's already more content.
Yeah. I mean, he picked a time to be like he's only doing one thing when it's like the Barstool Fund is like front page news. The other, I'm on every. If you turn on the TV, I'm on it right now. Like, you can't avoid me. I'm everywhere.
The Stephen Cohen stuff.
Everywhere. Yeah. By the way, are you buddies with Steve Cohen? I forced him off Twitter.
I saw that. Y'all, like, Dave, you have a thing with targeting my homies, huh? You're jealous. I think the real narrative here is Dave is jealous of my BFFs. And now he's just trying to get them all, like, off my best friend list here so he can be the only one.
I didn't put that together, but there is something that, like, why did I see a note that was cropped out of Dave update, Steve Cohen beef. He was cropped out of the infamous Gruen picture? What does that mean?
He was in the Gruen picture, the one where it's like Drake and Josh that was memeing. He was cropped out of it.
Yeah, the whole Barstool, like, photo with Michael that went kind of viral, not viral, but, like, through the Barstool network last week was because of a photo of me, Michael, Stephen Cohen, Griffin, all of us together. And then, like, they cropped it. See? So that's the photo right there. That's all of us together.
And who cropped it?
The KFC made a bunch of memes about me and Michael and cropped out Stephen Cohen.
Yeah. Got it.
Yeah.
He was in there. I understand. Listen, I'm not gonna go. It's a different thing. I'm not going at it. I mean, he has a history of being shady as fuck. He was he paid the biggest fine in the history of the SEC. It is directly related to the company. Melvin Capital gave him billions. So to be like, oh, I think Stephen Cohen's involved, isn't the greatest leap of logic in the history of logic. It's kind of like you'd be an idiot not to be. Looks like he has his handprints on it. So, but I didn't know that relationship. You like him. You're allowed to like guys. I mean, whatever. So, what else do we have? Do we have anything else on Sway House? Do you think I split it up?
No, I don't. I think that that's something that people are talking about. It's weird. I got paparazzi'd yesterday about it. Like,
really?
I went to a dinner. I was at because the restaurants opened back up, and I went with Michael and Griffin out for like a dinner for my birthday, and we got asked about that right away. Like, oh, it's split up. It's like, it's a really hard thing to say. It's split up, or like it's still even. It's weird because like half the people are already out of it, right? Like Jaden was an original. He's a rock star now. Like, he's found his path. He's going down music. Like Quentin, he's following that music path as well. He was like an original member. Keo, like people, he was huge. He was one of the OGs. He was the first people. Griffin's going down a little bit of a different path with more of the gaming side of things. So I think it's like Sway was a amazing like group of all of us, but we still have our own directions we go in. So it's like, how can you really say it's broken up? It's like a brother. It's weird. It's a weird thing to say is broken up.
And listen, there's like, I mean, I'm aware Gruen and Annie, what's your Annie, the energy drink?
Annie. Yeah.
You're part of that.
Yep.
And so is Bryce. So like the commercials he's trashing, man, is like your drink. So it's like still kind of all together.
Yeah, of course. That's the thing. Like, people don't realize that. They think because like 1 week or there's no YouTube content together, or there's like a TikTok hasn't been made or something like that, or there's like this joking around or this beef going on, like that Sway's end. It's people just jump into conclusions.
And theoretically, just looking at you and Bryce, like, if this podcast explodes and becomes super popular and you become more famous, more popular, that helps him because he's part of your company.
100%. And it's like, I wouldn't ever want it to be any other way where we aren't still like all intertwined in a sense where we're like helping each other, but we also have our own paths, right? Like, everyone's growing up. Sway isn't the same group it was 12 months ago when it was like all we did was party and we were very irresponsible young kids. Like, people all kind of grew up with that. Like, I wanted to start focusing more on the business side and taking myself more seriously and caring about my brand. Like, Griffin wanted to go down in that path as well. Like I said, with the music, like, everyone found their passions and also started growing up. So it's like, you don't stay in a college fraternity forever, right? Like, you got to move on. It's kind of like, I would say it's kind of like that. It's just like we're all still together and associated, except we do our own things as well.